So we are going to begin the session with two videos. And once we are done watching these videos, we are going to discuss them. So let's begin our session. I will share my screen. So just give me a minute. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now let us watch some videos. This is the first video. These are the short clips, so I'm playing it again. Everybody could see this video, right? Or anybody missed it?
No, ma'am, it was visible.
We saw it.
Okay. Now I will play the second video. Everybody could see the second video, or was there any lag by any chance?
We saw it.
You saw it? Okay. Then, so what do you think about the videos that you just saw?
Ma'am, in the first video, we saw with
Yes.
air, while in the second video, there was a vacuum, I guess.
Okay, that's
But it feels like a
absolutely
similar
right.
video.
Yeah. So it means you people are aware about what happens in vacuum and what happens in air. But I won't assume that everybody knows that. So who was the person who said that second one was in vacuum and first one was in air?
Aditya.
Great, Aditya. It was a great observation. So the first video is actually shot under normal circumstances where there is air in the room. However, the second video, on the other hand, it's shot in a vacuum chamber, the room from which air is removed. So what can you conclude from this? What these observations are hinting at? So what does this mean? In the first video, when there was air, ball was falling to the ground faster as compared to feathers. However, in the second video, ball and feathers both were falling at the same rate. So what does this mean? Does anyone have something to say? Aditya? Okay. So what this implies is that when lightweight objects move through air, they experience a significant air resistance. And even we usually have similar experiences. I hope we all have been in a situation, in windy situation, where we feel that air is opposing us or we are struggling to move forward. Have you people also experienced the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So similarly, what is happening with feathers and balls is when feathers and ball are moving through air, air is pushing feathers in upward direction. which is similar to what we experience when we are moving through air. Air tries to oppose us. Similar, like it tries to push us backward. Similarly, when these objects are falling vertically, the air is trying to push feather and both balls in upward direction. But can you guess why feathers only experience this significant force and not balls?
Because they are lighter than the balls.
They are lighter than the
Attracted
balls.
by
They are
the
lighter.
gravity.
Okay, what do you exactly mean by lighter than the ball?
Their weight is less.
Yes, absolutely right. So when these objects are falling, there are two kinds of forces that are acting on them. One is air resistance and second is the gravity. So in case of feathers, what happens is feathers experience significant air force and ball experiences similar force, but it is negligible as compared to its weight. And if we want to relate it to our daily life, suppose there is one pencil and one heavy metal rod kept in front of us, then if we apply a very little force on both of them, we will see that we can move pencil bit more easily. However, metal rod is not easy to move with little force. So similar things are happening in case of feathers and ball. So people have been exploring this concept of air resistance and developing technologies based on it. And one of that technology is parachute. So parachute is actually a device that creates drag to slow the speed of the objects that are moving through the atmosphere. This simple idea has been evolved into a magnificent innovation, and people are trying to modify parachute designs to play with drag and gravity for their desired applications. Nowadays, parachute is used in different scenarios. For example, parachutes are sometimes used in planes. So whenever pilot feels that he's losing control over his plane, he can open up the parachute and have a safe landing. Recently, parachute was used to land Mars rover, and you must be definitely aware about it. And parachutes are also being used to deliver food and cargoes in flood situations. So today, what we are going to do is we are going to make parachutes and test them. And we are not just going to make one parachute, but we will be making two parachutes to check if area of the parachute affects the speed or not. So what do you think, if I increase the speed area of the parachute, will it have any effect on speed of it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What would be the effect? Will speed increase or decrease? But keep in mind that when you are increasing the area of the parachute, you are actually increasing its weight as well.
Speed will increase.
Speed will increase. Anybody else?
I thought increase in area would decrease the speed.
Increase in area would decrease the speed. Okay.
Same as Sheila, ma'am.
Same as Sheila, ma'am. Okay. What about others? You can even type in chat box.
I'm also feeling it will decrease the speed.
It will decrease the speed. Okay. Okay, then we will make our own parachutes and test it. So to make the parachutes, let's do first material checklist. And by any chance, if you don't have these materials, you can find it and come back in 2 minutes. So to make parachutes, we will need A4 sheets, pen or pencil, scissors, tape, threads, and pen caps.
Thread and
Pen caps. Yes, ma'am.
pen cap need to be like this with a pointer, or can it be without the pointer also?
A pin cap has to be with pointers
Okay.
because we will be hanging this cap into the strings.
Okay.
So everybody has all the
Yes,
materials.
yes. This pen cap will do, right? When this pen cap is not lower down and you just can tie on this like a heavy object. This will
Yes,
do.
yes, ma'am, this will do.
Yeah.
So then let's start making our own parachute. So what we will do first is we are going to cut any shape out of paper, but you have to make sure that you are cutting two shapes. One has to be small and one has to be big, but there should be very significant difference in the shapes. For example, I have already cut two circles and you can see the difference in their sizes. So let's wait for 2 minutes and cut the paper.
What
You
is
can
the
choose any shape
diameter,
to cut.
diameter of the paper?
Yes, ma'am. I was about to mention. So
Okay.
one can choose any shape and just make sure that the difference between their sizes is significant. So you can choose star shape, pentagon, hexagon, square, or anything.
Hello.
Yes. Simultaneously, I'm also cutting the paper.
ढक्कन लगा दे नहीं बाहर थी ढक्कन लगा दे
So Mohsin is done. We are going to wait for 2 more minutes so that everybody can finish.
I'm done.
Done. Who was this?
Path.
Parth. Okay.
Ma'am, done.
Was it Aditya by any chance?
No, ma'am, I said.
Asad. Okay. Sorry, I'm not able to read names on my screen. So Asad, which shape you chose?
Triangle.
Triangle. What about you, Mohsin?
Rectangle means square. Square.
Okay, square. Sid, you just showed the cutouts on your screen, right? I couldn't see them. So just, okay, great.
Mine are irregular.
Irregular. Okay, ma'am. Then okay, ma'am. That's fine.
Done, ma'am.
Done. In the chat box, please let me know if anybody wants me to wait for 1 or 2 minutes more, or is everybody done?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Nayan, are you done?
Yes, miss.
So can you show what shape you choose?
Square.
Square. Okay. Has anybody chosen any other shape apart from square,
Circle.
rectangle,
Miss, I
and
chose circle.
you chose
I
circle?
also.
Okay.
Yeah, miss.
Okay, great.
I made square and circle both.
You okay, ma'am? Has anybody chosen other shapes like hexagon or pentagon by any chance?
No, ma'am.
Atharva, are you done with cutting? Okay, I think most of the students are done with the cutting. So
Yeah.
we will move forward and make holes in the cutout. So you have to draw 2 lines as shown in the figure. I hope everybody can see the step number 2 diagram here on the screen. Yeah. So you have to make 2 lines. Just make sure that the angle between the 2 lines is not too small, and try to keep it as close as possible to 90-degree.
Okay.
Those who have chosen rectangle, they just have to make holes at the end of each edge.
So 4 holes.
In case of circle, rectangle, square, we have to make 4 holes. In case of triangle, we have to just make 3 holes.
Okay.
The edge, miss?
Yes, on the edge. 1 on each edge.
Do we have, yeah, will this be enough? Like this?
Sorry, who is this?
Aditya.
Aditya. Okay, can you show me once again?
Yeah, I'm showing it.
Yeah. Just a second. I'm not able to exactly see your video. Yeah, I can see.
The distance between the point and this, is this enough?
Yes, this is enough.
Thank you.
Ma'am, in which piece to make the hole? Means in the smaller one or the larger one?
Both. You have to make holes on both the parachute cutouts.
Okay.
If you are taking a circle, ma'am, where to make holes?
So as I said, you have to just draw two lines.
Intersecting lines.
Yeah, two intersecting lines, and try to make sure that the angle between those two lines is close to 90 degrees.
Approximately 90.
Yeah, approximately 90. Like for example, as I chose circle, I have made holes and hope my circle cutout is visible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I have also put strings. So this is how I made two lines, intersecting lines. Done. Let's just wait for 1 more minute. Aryan, are you done? What about Ojas?
Yes, ma'am, I am doing it.
Okay, you are doing it. Ojas, which shape did you choose?
Triangle, ma'am.
Triangle. Okay.
Yeah, done, ma'am.
Done?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay. Has everybody made holes on the cutouts they
Yes,
took
ma'am.
out of
Yes,
paper? Okay. If anyone has any doubts, then please you can type in comments, comment box or chat box. We will move to step 3 now. So those who have made 4 holes have to cut strings of equal length, and each string has to be at least 20 centimeter long. Am I making sense? Is it
Yes,
clear?
ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Megha ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
length of the string doesn't depend upon the size of the paper or anything?
It depends, ma'am. But in this case, we are trying to test if area of the parachute, how area of the parachute affects the speed of speed of it.
Speed of the parachute.
So yeah, so we are going to keep other parameters constant. So
Okay.
length of
The
the string is
size of the
kept
parachute
constant.
is okay.
Yes, we are just going to check in this session if area or size of parachute matters or not.
Okay. So 20 centimeter we take to
So
tie some space, some length is required. We'll be tying it, na?
yes, ma'am. I have considered that we might tape or tie the string. So 20 to 25, 20.5 centimeter length is enough.
Okay.
Sheila, ma'am, it's saying
You're-
something.
You're taping, huh? You're taping it. Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Taping
You're-
is a bit more easier
Okay,
for
okay.
me. So
Okay, okay.
I have used taping.
Okay.
Usually when we tie knots, it takes more length of the string. So
Okay.
Taping would be preferable.
Ma'am, in the third step, we have to make the paper strips, ma'am.
No, in third step, you have to cut out strings of 20, whose length is 20 centimeter.
4 strings of 20 centimeter length,
Yes.
and we have to stick them to that hole.
No, ma'am. First, we just need to cut, in case of square, rectangle and circle, we need to cut 8 strings of 20 centimeter.
4 for each cutout.
Yeah, 4 for each cutout.
And then we have to stick them.
Yes, ma'am. Then we have to pass string through the hole and tape it on the opposite side.
Okay.
Can we make the holes by punching machine?
Yeah, you can make holes using punching machine.
Ma'am, 20 centimeter thread is small for my paper size.
Okay, so you directly chose the whole paper. In
No,
that
ma'am, I
case,
cut out little part of that of A4
Oh.
size.
okay. If 20 centimeter is very small, in that case, you can choose 25 centimeter.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. But definitely not more than 25 centimeter. Are these steps clear to everyone? If anybody has doubts, please let me know.
Then in both the cutouts
Yes,
of
ma'am.
the parachute, we make 4 holes.
Yes,
we cut
ma'am.
out 8 strings, means 4 for each.
Each. Yes,
So
ma'am.
8 strings we are cutting.
Yes, ma'am.
And every string we pass through the hole
Yeah.
and stick it with the tape.
Yes, ma'am. That's the fourth step.
We pass it through from the lower end to upper end or from the upper end to lower end.
Both are actually same. If you pass it from lower end, then you have to tape it on the opposite side.
Okay.
Let me show how it's done. So once I pass the, is my screen visible or is my video visible? Yeah. So I will pass some part of my string through the hole. Here I made a hole.
Yeah.
I passed some very small part of string and then I taped it on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Miss, for triangles, how many threads we have to cut out?
6.
6.
Because you have 6 holes, so you will need 6 strings.
Do for the smaller one also, no? Same thing.
Yes, ma'am. Procedure is same for both the parachute, smaller and
Bigger.
the larger one.
Yeah.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes.
So for circle, we need to cut 8 strings.
Yes, for circle, you have to cut 8 strings.
Okay, miss.
For circle, 8 strings.
Yes, ma'am. 4 strings per cutout.
Ah, correct.
Yeah.
I thought for each cutout.
No,
Yeah,
no,
for
no.
each cut. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
For each cutout, we need 4 strings.
Yes.
So total, we have to cut 8.
Yeah.
We are going to cut strings. We are cutting strings simultaneously because if we cut later, then they might not be of equivalent, and cutting string every time might be more tedious to do. So we will cut 8 strings simultaneously, and then we will start taping it.
Must have to cut 4 more strings.
Sorry.
To cut 4 more strings.
How many strings have you cut till now?
4.
Okay, then you have to cut 4 more for your second cutout.
20 centimeters.
Sorry.
20 centimeters.
Yes. Length 20 centimeters.
Yes, yes, length is 20 centimeter. So what you can do to make it faster is once you cut one string of 20 centimeter, then use it as a reference and cut other strings. For example, once I measure my string on the scale and cut it at 20 centimeter, then use this as a reference and now start cutting the strings using this first string as a reference, and all other strings will be of equal length.
Okay.
So every time we don't have to measure the length.
Acha. Sabko, you have to put all of them in the gap.
Yes, ma'am. After taping it.
And in the cap also you have to tape.
No, ma'am. So once we put all these strings and tape them on the opposite side, then we have to bring the ends of the string together and then tape it.
Tape the
four strings.
Okay.
And then we have to hang the pen cap.
From where to hold it? There's no place to hold.
Sorry, ma'am. Can you just
How
show
to
me?
hold? Can you see mine? Is it visible to you?
Tripta, ma'am, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I can see. Hold it means, ma'am. Can you elaborate a bit more?
Means I have to hold the paper.
Yes, you have to hold the paper.
Yeah, like putting my finger over here.
Yes.
And then tape it. Then put the cap.
Yes, ma'am. So to tape all the strings together, what we can do is make it. So just flip your paper. And then you can
invert it.
Yes, invert it, and then we can tape the strings together like this.
Okay.
It would be a bit easier.
Arey, ma'am, my strings are so thin.
Ma'am, in that case, you can put two strings
Double string.
in one hole.
डबल
Yeah.
स्ट्रिंग डालो.
अरे मिस एक ही स्ट्रिंग डाल डाल के आंख दुखने लगे. ये दो हो गए.
See, mine is ready.
Okay, ma'am. So,
Is it visible?
yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah. But I could not get the cap like you were showing, no? It is slightly. Anyway, what is
Yeah,
shown
like
here
this.
is okay. It's okay, yeah.
Or any other cap is fine.
बेटा ऐसा देखो मेरा है ऐसा.
Ah.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है.
Yeah, this is fine.
Then in the second one also.
Yes, we have to do the same thing for the second one as well.
Ma'am, I
What
have
to do
made
after,
one.
what to do after this when we have sticked all those the strings?
So you are on step 4 or step 5.
Pardon?
So you have passed the strings through the holes and taped them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, invert your paper like this.
And ma'am, then?
Then bring all the strings together like this.
Okay, ma'am. Then?
And then tape it at the end.
Okay. Ma'am, and we have to do the same with the smaller one? The smaller?
Yeah. Yes, we have to do the same with the smaller.
Okay, ma'am.
I was busy looking at this tape. Just tell me once again, what did you do?
Yes, ma'am. Once we tape the 4 strings on the opposite side, then we have to invert our paper like this. Then bring all the strings together. Yeah.
Okay.
And then tape it at the end.
Okay.
If anybody has other doubts, they can also type it in chat box.
Megha ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
once we did robotic hand like this on the.
Robotic hand in online workshop.
In this workshop, yeah, online.
Okay, ma'am.
We had nice fun. Today also we are enjoying doing it.
Yeah, मेरी तो I feel हालत.
You know, nowadays children and we adults are not used to doing this work, na?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
It's ready-made चाहिए.
Mom, then we have to tie this through the cap, no?
Yes. You have to tie.
Tape all the 4 strings together first, and then put it in the cap.
Yeah, Megha ma'am, is it correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. Aditya, right?
No,
That
I'm
is
Smita.
Smita.
Smita. Okay.
Correct or wrong?
No, ma'am, it's correct.
It's correct. Okay.
Yeah. So I will just repeat the steps one more time so that there is no confusion.
Ma'am, is this correct?
Who is speaking? Aditya?
Say your name, Mishit. Say your name. Teacher is asking. I think that was Mishit.
Yes,
Mishit,
ma'am. It was
okay.
Mishit. Megha, ma'am, now what we have to do with the cap?
So you have to just hang the cap in the string. So now you can again hold the paper like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and just try to put this cap like this.
Before
Okay.
that,
Okay,
tie
ma'am.
all the 4 strings together at the end. You have to tape them.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
please check.
Miss, is it correct?
So sorry, I'm not able to see who is asking.
Please,
Is
please
it
say your name. No, please, children. I've
I
told
am
you.
Atharva.
Atharva.
Athar? Okay, just a second. Yeah, it's correct. So you have taped the all 4 ends, right?
Ma'am,
Yes,
can you check
miss.
mine?
Who is
Let's
this?
check.
Asad.
Sir?
Asad.
Yeah. Can you hold this bit higher so that I can see the other end? Yeah, this is correct.
Ma'am, can you see mine?
Mishit, introduce yourself, Mishit.
Ma'am, I'm Mishit.
Okay. Just a second. Yes, it's correct. Yeah.
Can you see mine, Siddesh?
Siddhesh. Just a second. Yeah, this is also right.
Ma'am, I'm Mohsin. Can you see mine?
Just a second. Let me find the video. Yes, it's correct.
Ma'am, I'm Parth. Can you see mine?
Just a second. Yes, I can see that. Yeah. Parth, all the strings are of 20 centimeter length, right? In your case?
Yes, miss. Actually,
Okay.
my circle is this.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Miss, can you see mine?
Can you please introduce yourself?
Introduce.
Sorry?
Shantanu.
Shantanu. Okay. Yeah, this is correct.
Miss, how to put it
You
in the
have
cap?
taped, just a second. Shantanu, you have taped all the 4 ends together, right?
No, miss, I have to do that.
Okay.
Miss, can you see mine? I am Jay.
Joy, just a second. Yeah, this is correct. Have you taped all the 4 strings together? Yes. Oh, you
Yes,
have put
miss.
the pen cap as well. Okay, great.
Megha ma'am, can you please tell me again how to arrange that cap?
Sure, ma'am. Arrange the cap means how to put the cap in.
Yes.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Sure. So once we bring all the strings together and tape them, we have to invert our paper and then just try to hang or hang this pen cap in the strings.
Okay.
Is this visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Two similar pen caps, no?
Yes, ma'am. 2 similar pen caps.
Not one lighter and the other heavier.
Yeah, but if anybody is not able to find exactly similar pen caps, then it's okay. They
Will
can
it make
use
a
pen
difference?
caps.
Will it make a difference?
It will make a very small difference.
Okay.
Megha ma'am, check please.
Yes, ma'am. Just a second.
Yeah, Smita.
Homi, please check. Tripta.
Yes, ma'am. Tripta, ma'am, it's correct.
Both the parachutes are ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Spita, ma'am, it's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Miss,
done.
is it correct, Siddesh?
Siddhesh. Yes, Siddesh, it's right. So I will just repeat the steps so that if uh, anybody has missed any of the step, then they can redo it. So after cutting the desired shape, we had to make holes as shown in the figure. Then we had to cut strings of equal length. If you have chosen rectangle, square, or circle, then you have to cut total 8 strings, 4 strings per cutout. And then once you make the holes and you are done with cutting the strings, you have to pass one string through one hole and tape it on the opposite side as shown in the image. And after you are done with taping the strings on the opposite side of the parachute top, then bring the other ends of the string together and again tape them. And then try to hang your pin cap in those strings.
Miss, is it right? I am Atharva.
Atharva, just a second. Yes, it's right, Atharva. I think Sheila ma'am is also
Ready,
done
but
with.
yeah, there are technical flaws.
Uh,
Yeah, because see this side something happened over here to this thread here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Construction design problem. Now it is better.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's better.
Ma'am, I have done
Who
with
is?
the both.
Okay.
Asad.
Okay, Asad. Let us just wait for 2-3 more minutes so that everybody can finish.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, but is this proper, right?
Yes, it's proper.
Okay, ma'am.
Tripta ma'am, Sheila ma'am, and Asad are done with both the parachutes.
Ma'am, I also completed both of them.
Okay, Mohsin, you also completed both.
Miss, I have also completed.
Okay, Mishit, you have also completed.
Yes, I am also completed with 2 parachutes.
You are also done. Kavish, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Mishit, you have chosen triangle, right?
Miss, a triangle and a circle.
Triangle and a circle. You have made a parachute. You have chosen 2 shapes.
Yeah, miss.
Okay, then you have made 4 cutouts or only just 2 cutouts?
But 2 cutout, ma'am.
Oh, in the earlier only I told that when you are cutting parachutes, both the cutouts should be of the same shape but of different size. But it's okay if you have 1 triangle and 1 circle, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
ma'am.
also fine. Then we can say if there is any difference between
Circle and a triangle.
circle and triangle.
Miss, I am also done with both of the parachutes.
Okay, Jay also is done with both of the
I am
parachutes. Parth is still working on it, so let us wait for 1 to 2 minutes for Parth. Arnav or Athar, are you done with making your parachutes?
No, miss, last one is left.
Last one is left. Okay, fine.
Megha ma'am, I have done. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Smita ma'am. Okay, now for those who have already done with 2 parachutes, they can start testing their parachutes. So to test our parachutes, what we have to do is so for students, if your parents are around, then you can ask your parents to drop the parachute from particular height, for example, 7 feet if possible. If not, if your parents are not around, then you can climb on a chair or a bed and then drop your parachutes, but at the same time.
Hello, Megha ma'am.
Yes,
How to drop it?
Yes, ma'am. So we have to hold our parachutes like this on the top.
On the top, like putting your thumb inside or biggest finger inside?
Thumb inside is fine, ma'am.
Okay.
Whichever is more comfortable.
Okay.
So for me, thumb is more comfortable.
Okay.
So once you hold your both parachutes like this, you can either climb on a chair or a bed and then drop them.
Drop them or push it upward and then drop it. throw it up in the air and it will drop.
No, ma'am. We just have to leave the parachutes from a particular height. We don't have to throw them in a
Up.
upward direction. Yeah,
Okay.
we don't have to throw them.
Okay.
I dropped mine.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, what did you see?
The bigger one came down slower.
Okay.
Was that correct? Wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I think even you predicted same thing.
We said that, yeah. Mind your head when you get on the bed, huh? With the fan there.
Yes, please be careful if you're climbing on chair or bed.
मैम आपका ये अभी स्क्रीनिंग बंद कर ये स्लाइड बंद कर सकते हैं ना?
Yes, ma'am.
आपका स्लाइड बंद कर दीजिए फिर. हाँ. Now we can see more children.
Yes.
Yes, I checked my parachute. My triangle was coming first, then the circle.
So what happened in your case? First one, which one came down?
Triangle.
Triangle and then circle. Okay, great.
My smaller one came down first and the
bigger one later.
And then bigger one later. Who was this?
person.
Okay. Right.
Ma'am, the small one came first.
Small one came first, right? Let's see what are others' results. Mohsin, are you done?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. The smaller one came first.
Okay. Even
You
in
can
case
see
of
Aditya climbing up. Huh? Now watch, Aditya is on his
Yes.
chair. Yeah, let's Aditya start. Aditya is performing. Yeah.
I think there was a problem in the dropping. It got attached.
Okay.
I'll just figure it out.
Yes. You can drop those parachutes again and try to make the strings a bit more symmetrical.
Miss, my smaller one came first and the bigger one came last.
Okay, great, Atharva.
तृप्ता मैम आपका डालो नीचे.
मुझे छत में जाना पड़ेगा.
अरे वहां मत चढ़ो. Smita, did you drop the parachute?
I'll drop them.
I did it dropping this. My pen cap is falling first.
Arey, just put a small tape on the pen or cap.
Pen cap.
Yes, yes, I did that.
Sir, in your case, you said you used one circle and one triangle, right?
Not me, ma'am. It was Mishit.
Mishit. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where is Mishit?
Yes.
Mishit, can you please say something? Yeah. So you used one triangle and one circle, right? Okay. Which one was smaller and which one was bigger?
Ma'am, circle was bigger and triangle was smaller.
Okay.
Mine, bigger one took time.
Bigger one took time. Absolutely right now.
Miss,
Yes.
my smaller one came first.
Your smaller one came first. It was Shantanu, right?
Yes, miss.
Yeah. Kavish, you are done with your testing, right?
Yeah.
So, has everyone tested their parachutes? Or if anyone wants me to wait for a few more minutes, then please let me know.
Just a few minutes.
Okay.
Not entangled a little more.
Okay, Aditya.
Yes, in the smaller parachute, the threads are bigger. That's why it's coming first.
In
Ma'am,
smaller
may I
one, what?
explain?
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, because I guess the drag force is bigger in the bigger one. And it's
Okay.
opposite to gravity. That's why it's coming down
Yes.
lower.
Yes. Absolutely
Yes.
right.
Right.
So Kavish was saying something.
I was saying that the small parachutes have bigger threads.
Yeah.
But you used equal length threads for both the cutouts, right? Or you changed the length by any chance?
No, miss, but small parachutes have small cutouts and big parachutes have big
Okay,
cutouts.
okay. You are saying that the ratio of area to length of the strings we have used is bigger in case of a small one, smaller parachute. Okay, yeah. So can this be your reason for it coming to the ground first?
No, I thought that Amartya told now.
Yeah,
It was the reason.
Okay.
Oh, he agrees to Amartya's drag force and all. Okay.
Yes.
Read up all these terms. Huh?
But I'm really happy that everyone is familiar with these concepts. For example, drag force and gravity, and these are just standard kits. Because before making slides, I was going through 8th standard textbook, and there I did not find all these terminologies. So I thought, okay, I should be a bit more careful when I'm using these terminologies here. But yeah, I'm really happy to know that here everyone is so into about science, and they are doing their own reading and exploring science in their own way.
Thank you. Thank you. Really, children are very enthusiastic here.
Yes, ma'am. Bishit, by the way, if you get time later, then what you can do is make one circle and one rectangle, and try to make sure that area of circle and sorry, you made triangle, you chose triangle, right? Area of circle and area of triangle is same.
Good idea.
I think you know the formula for area of triangle, that is half base into height.
Yeah.
And you know the area of circle as well, that is pi r square. So calculate the, so fix one area, maybe around 40 centimeters square, and you can try to decide dimensions on basis of this, and make two parachutes of equal area but different shapes, and test them.
Okay.
Very
It
good.
would be really interesting
to find the results.
Yes, ma'am. As we have only 1 hour today, so I thought just checking area would be a better option than trying out.
Parth is standing now. Parth, I can see. Yeah, Parth.
Yes, I'm testing.
Yes.
Okay. Please, be careful. Test. Go. अरे दोनों बेटा ऊपर से नीचे डालो, दोनों पकड़ो, दोनों हाथ में, simultaneously.
Yeah, Kavish did it.
Very nice, Megha. I could not do it because I was in and out of this meeting and some other meeting, you know.
Miss,
No problem.
Yeah, so I was watching all the time. It was really nice. I mean, I'll do it myself today afterwards.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Fun doing it, Lalita ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then go from the first floor, you drop
But
it on the
but I
floor.
think if the children drop it maybe from the first or second floor, no,
It'll be
they will
more
be able
fun.
to make out the difference.
Yes.
better.
Yes. And
If
parachute should be still bigger, like maybe of 40 centimeter or 30 centimeter. That
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Even if kids are testing these parachutes from the first floor or the second
Yes.
floor, what they can do is they can also use a stopwatch to measure the time.
Yeah,
So that
correct.
they can
Yes.
accurately get to
Yes.
know that which one hits
Yeah.
the ground first
Yeah.
and how we can see the minor variations.
Yeah.
But just to make sure that our results are correct, they have to test one parachute at least thrice and take the average of it.
Average of.
For example, if you are testing circle and you get a time period as around once 2 second, once it will be 2.5 second, and if third time it is around 2.3 second, then add them and find the average, like divided by 3, and then that result can be a bit more trustworthy and
And we
can
can
compare
take the material of the parachute, like instead of paper, we can
Yes,
take a
ma'am.
fine cloth or some umbrella cloth.
Yes, ma'am. I was actually going to discuss those things after this. I
Yeah.
was just waiting for Aditya to finish it because
Okay,
Aditya
okay,
said he's
okay,
still
okay.
doing it.
Okay.
I finished it, but
Okay.
actually smaller one got discarded after being falling because the threads got entangled in each other again.
Okay. Okay.
When he
No
was
problem.
dropping it,
The
when
small
you
one
were
comes
dropping it, they got stuck. I
No,
saw
but I
it.
can either show you the big one now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's coming very good.
Oh, don't fall, huh?
Be careful, Aditya. He's moving chair.
The bigger one is really falling so slowly.
Yeah, your bigger one looks nice actually. So Aditya is almost done. So I will again start my screen sharing.
And ma'am, just tell them what is the drag force. I think Aditya knew it. I don't think these may know what's a drag force.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. So as Aditya mentioned, because of drag force, Aditya and there was one more person. I'm so sorry, I forgot his name.
Ma'am, Amartya.
Amartya. As Aditya and Amartya mentioned, it is actually the drag force which is helping us reduce the speed of the object that is falling. So what is drag force? Drag force is nothing but actually the air resistance only. So when parachute is falling down, the force that is applied on the parachute in upward direction, we call it as a drag force.
Yeah.
Is this clear? Or
Yes, ma'am, because like the smaller parachute, it has a smaller surface, so the air will it will hit it for a second, then the resistance will go again like quickly.
Yes.
Yeah. Between
case
the
of
fluid and the solid, yeah.
Yes. In case of bigger parachute, there is more air in contact with the surface. That's how there are more number of air molecules that are applying force on the parachute.
Yes.
I think Amartya also said things on the similar line.
Yes, yes.
It was me only now.
Amartya only giving you the answer. Yeah, yeah.
So this was, I think we have discussed this already. So nowadays people have been exploring origami for engineering purpose, and let's see a small video on it. So I think everybody saw the video. If there was any lag or if anyone missed it, I will play it again. Has anybody missed it? If you have, then no miss. Okay, fine. So as you saw in the video, first a person made an origami structure or using folding techniques. He made a structure using paper only. And then these people collaborated with engineers, and they further developed this structure for spacecraft purpose. So similarly, in case of parachutes as well, that small change, these structures have been explored for manipulating the speed of the parachute and the way it lands. For example, now many students, when they drop their parachute, the parachute, when it was landing, the landing wasn't smooth. For example, in some case it was wiggling. In some cases, it wasn't coming to the ground straight. So to resolve all these problems, people are trying different structures. Just now we saw that just by manipulating surface area of the parachute top, there is a difference in the way parachute lands to the ground. So if we modify the structure of the parachute, then one can manipulate the way it lands and the speed of the parachute very well. So the examples are shown in the slide, the structures that people are trying to check right now. It's someone saying something.
Enosh, mute your video. Yeah, done.
So if you are really interested to explore more, then what we can do is we can try different folding techniques and test our parachute for all these folds, and check if there is any difference in the time or the way it comes to the ground. Or if someone is interested in trying out different materials, they can use different materials like tissue paper, bubble wrapper, gift wrapper, and plastic. And even changing material also sometimes give a very significant difference in the time period. So I would really like to thank everyone here for attending the session. And if you want to if for such more activities, you can visit our DNT website, and the website link is given on the slide, that is dnt@hbcac.tifr.res.in. And if you try other materials or folding techniques, then please do share your results with us on the following email ID: meghac@hbcac.tifr.res.in. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Megha. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, really enjoyed the whole thing. And I think you